Sebek is often rude to Leona, and just as often reprimanded for it by both Malleus and Lilia. When Sebek reacts to Leona referring to Malleus as horns terwith, rectify your transgression at once, or you shall never be allowed in Malleus's sight again, Leona calls him a talking wall. Malleus orders Sebek to stand down, becoming stricter when Sebek tries to argue. Malleus insists that Sebek apologize to Leona for his behavior. Sebek says that a noble fae like himself bowing before another species is beyond the pale, but Lilia says he should do as Malleus commands, as Leona is royalty in his own land and aggression towards him could spark tension between the royal houses. Sebek concedes when ordered to by Lilia, and apologizes for failing to uphold the dignity of the fae. Malleus follows with, "I am not the one you must say that to." Sebek agrees to apologize to Leona within the next few days. Sebek does as he is told during Vargas Camp, but Leona claims to not remember who he is. This confuses Sebek, who can understand why someone would refuse to consider everyone but Malleus beneath their notice, but still finds the situation irksome. He vows to make Leona acknowledge his existence. Leona seems to prey upon Sebek's mind constantly during the camp, with Sebek walking through a swamp and declaring to a confused riddle that a little mud is nothing compared to conceding defeat to Leona, with no context. Silver explains that Sebek has come to view Leona as a rival. During the event, members of the Spell Drive Club attempt to steal a lantern blossom from Riddle and the Equestrian Club, but Leona calls them off, saying that an understanding of how the flowers work will help them find one elsewhere. Sebek interprets this as Leona balking at the challenge of climbing a cliff and insists on fetching it to prove himself to Leona. Leona reacts with, "You purposely chose the more tiring option. That's an impressive level of stupidity," referring to Sebek by name when he leaves. Sebek declares that this means he will never have to endure Leona's ignorance of his identity again, which is the first step in making Leona see he is no match for the fae. It is not confirmed if Leona was ever actually aware of the drama that had been unfolding inside of Sebek's head. Sebek insults Leona again during a vignette where Leona visits Diasomnia, and Malleus again reprimands him, saying, "You are the one who should be silent, Sebek, and that royalty is owed respect." When Leona refers to Sebek as Mr. Melodrama, Malleus silences Sebek yet again, saying it is his duty as royalty to thank Leona for the efforts expended on his behalf. After Leona insults Malleus to his face, Sebek insists on going after Leona despite Malleus's orders, saying his discourtesy to Malleus is a crime of the highest order and that he cannot allow Leona to live, and Silver intervenes. During Halloween, Lilia supports Leona against Sebek as well. When Leona asks if his gloomy king has rubbed off on him and Sebek takes offense, Lilia tells him that Sebek deserved the insult for insisting that the school close the campus and eject its visitors to solve their Magicam monster problem. In a voice line we learn that Sebek's issue with Leona seems to be that he and his sycophants always find a way to disrespect Malleus.